As I've gotten older, my circle's gotten smaller. But is that because I'm antisocial? Or am I just protecting my peace? Welcome to Let Me Be Frank, y'all. This is where we have real conversations about real issues because at the end of the day, we're just trying to become better people and grow. If you're new here, my name's Franklin Embry. I'm a musician and a creator. I've also got 4 years of sobriety. And along that journey, I've learned a thing or two. And I like to share some of the things I learned in hopes that it helps other people. You know, one thing I've learned is negativity. Negativity is contagious, man. Birds of a feather and all that. You know, drunks hang with drunks. Millionaires hang with millionaires. And if you hang out with negative people, chances are you're going to be a negative person as well. You know, that's why your circle matters so much. God rest his soul. These are things my dad used to tell me growing up, but I was hard-headed. I had to learn everything the hard way. You know, you've heard the saying, fuck around and find out. I, in fact, fucked around, and I found out the hard way. In my last video, I spoke about my ADHD and how it connected to my addiction. If you're interested in that video, I'll leave a link in the description. But another thing about ADHD people were highly impressionable. You know, we tend to mirror the people around us unconsciously. But we'll pick up behaviors, habits, attitudes, things like that. So if you're ADHD, your circle's super important. Over the past 4 years of my sobriety, I've been very stingy with my circle. Some might think that's me coming off as I'm better than someone, but that's really not it at all. You know, here's the truth. Throughout life, you deal with heartbreak, trauma, disappointment, bad business deals, people you thought were your friends taking advantage of you, friends screwing you out of money. I could go on and on. But, you know, after enough of that, you just start building walls. You stop letting people close to you. You start being guarded. You might even develop a trust issue or two. But, you know, sometimes it's not even drama at all. Sometimes life just happens. Your interests change. Your priorities change. Your old friends still want to go out and party, but you're sober now. So you're probably not going to go to those parties. Some of your friends might want to take random weekend trips, but you got responsibilities, bills, work, family, real life issues. And, you know, that's just part of getting older. It's not that you don't love your friends or you don't want to hang out. You just have priorities now. I mean, you know, it's called being an adult. It's not very fun, but we all have to do it. Speaking of adventures, though, I've recently started a new YouTube channel called Frank's Fat Boy Adventures. If you like travel videos, food videos, the search for hidden gem restaurants and things of that nature, I think you'll like the channel, man. Consider subscribing. I'll leave a link to the channel in the description. But back to this video. You know, one of the hardest things I've had to do during my sobriety is cut off some of the people that I love. Sobriety is like walking a tightrope. One wrong step and you're back in that bottle. I've relapsed more times than I can count. But this time when I got sober, I knew I had to change the people, places, and things. I couldn't continue living the way I was living and be sober. It just wasn't possible. It's insanity to think you can do the same thing and get different results. And just face it, I was kind of insane. But I finally came to the realization I had to cut some people off. Hell, I had to cut off an entire genre of music that I love. You know, most people know me as a country rapper. I tend to think I'm just a country boy that loves hip hop. If you're familiar with country rap, then you know that scene can be really messy. When I was heavily involved with it, I got the mess on me. You know, I seen fake friends, fake loyalty, fake morals, constant drama. The whole thing was toxic. And to be honest, that toxicity was rubbing off on me. It truly wrecked my mental health, and eventually I realized I just had to step away from it. Even now, when I look at it from a distance, it feels more toxic than ever. I try and stay away, but, sometimes it's like a black hole and just pulls me back in. But I could tell you this, life is a whole lot better when I'm not paying attention to the dumb shit. And that right there kind of brings us full circle to the beginning of the video. Negativity is contagious. And you should never feel guilty for protecting your peace, especially if you're sober. You have to protect your mind, your energy, your environment at all costs. I mean, is it easy? No, but life ain't easy. But I can tell you this, I truly believe one of the most important decisions a person can make is who they decide to surround themselves with. You almost got to treat your inner circle like a VIP to an Illuminati meeting. Calm down. It's just a joke. It's not literal. But basically what I'm really trying to say is as you get older, it's natural for your circle to become more exclusive. One thing I've struggled to learn is that not everybody deserves access to you. If someone is constantly bringing drama, stress, chaos into your life, then maybe they need to have their membership card revoked. And you shouldn't feel guilty about that. So, am I antisocial or am I just protecting my peace? It's probably a little bit of both. But what about you? Have you dealt with this? Has your circle gotten smaller as you've gotten older? Let me know in the comments. And if you've gotten some value from this video, please consider hitting the like button because it helps our channel grow. Before I get out of here, I want to remind everybody that the last Friday of every month, I'm dropping new music, a new song the last Friday of every month. And this Friday, we're dropping a new song called Here I Go, featuring my buddy City Chief. And I really hope y'all dig it. All right, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. But if you look down in the corner, there will be another video of my last episode of Let Me Be Frank. If you struggled with ADHD and addiction, you might get some value out of it. Embry gang, I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thanks for always rocking with me. Fat boy out.